To pop filter or not to pop filter? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the booth to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous plosives, or to take screens against the sea of puzz, and by opposing end them. To end the heartache of 1,000 ruined takes, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. Perchance to dream, aye, there's the rub. For the screen that may come may give us pause, for he himself might his quietus make, the undiscovered technique, from whose simple turn no actor returns, puzzles the need for such devices. News from the booth! Well, hello, villagers. Welcome back to the VoiceOver Village. I'm Rick Excuse me, I had a little Shakespeare caught in my throat. I'm better now. Hi, villagers. Welcome back to the VoiceOver Village. I'm Rick McIver, your village idiot, and today, Armchair Hamlet. Today, we are going to explore the world of plosives, mic technique, and pop filters. Which one's best? What should you do? For quick clarification, if you don't know, plosives are a little puff of wind that comes out of your mouth that reaches the diaphragm, and when that diaphragm picks up that little bit of wind, it makes a horrible noise that no one likes. It kind of reminds me of that sound you get when you take an empty 2-liter bottle and you throw a little dry ice and a little water, screw the cap on, throw it out on the lawn, and wait for it. Not that I ever did that. You shouldn't do it. Stay in school. And it always seems to happen when you're on a roll with that perfect take, and then that little puff of air ruins everything. Enter the pop filter. Now, these little devices were created in order to prevent that air from reaching the diaphragm of the microphone, either by blocking it or redirecting it. Fantastic! There are some drawbacks, though. For one, they can change the tone of your voice. Sometimes they're so big that you can't really see your copy. And lastly, sometimes they just don't work. If only there was a way to address the microphone in such a way that would eliminate the dreaded plosive. Hang on. Yeah, that could work. Turning the mic 45 degrees and pointing it at the corner of your mouth is absolutely the perfect solution. Your best defense against plosives is actually a combination of 3 things. The first thing you want to think about is your training. When it comes to P's and B's and plosives, you can actually train yourself to reduce the amount of air that comes out of your mouth. When we normally say pizza is perfect with pineapple on top, there's a lot of resistance with the lips, and then the P sound happens, and it pops right out, right? That air shoots right out. And it looks a lot like this. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. You see that? Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. There's a lot of air that comes out. And that happens because I close my lips. Puh, puh. But you can train yourself so that not as much air comes out. Don't close your lips so tight together. Don't have so much resistance there. And then also kind of hold back your air. And it looks like this. Oh, do it this way first, right? Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. My lips come together, the air comes out. But if I don't have my lips so close together and I don't push as much air out, it looks like this. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. You see the difference? It's a simple concept to understand, but it's much harder in practice. This is something that's not a natural phenomenon when people talk. If you've never done it before, it feels really, really weird, but it works. Give it a shot. Number 2, cross-talking, or taking the microphone at a 45-degree angle and pointing it at the corner of your mouth works really well because all of the air goes that way and none of it hits the diaphragm. However, it can change the tonality of your sound, so that's just something to be aware of. Number 3, your last line of defense is a pop filter. But which one? You see before me a veritable sea of pop... Still had a little bit left. Okay, I think it's gone. Need some water, maybe. I have a lot of pop filters. Some I like, some I don't. Some I love. The benefit of a small phone windscreen like this is that it's small. It's out of the way. It kind of fits over the microphone. You don't have any problems reading your copy. The downside is sometimes they don't work, and if they do, they will probably change the tone of your voice. This one's interesting. It's designed to fit around a specific microphone. What you'll notice is that it has a metal kind of windscreen in front and some foam in the back. And then here it has these little clips to put a rubber band around. It's really designed for a side address microphone. I mean, it's great that it's small. It fits around your microphone. It's out of the way. It doesn't block your copy. Sometimes it works well, sometimes not. This is called a dead cat. In this case, it's more like a dead hamster. It is designed with all these fluffy things to really knock down wind. These are for like outside when it's in windy conditions and you're trying to get audio. You can use it for a microphone like this, right? You put it over the top and then look, you've got this, and it's not distracting at all. This is made by Hook, and it is a very specific windscreen. It is 3 layers of metal mesh, and it goes directly over the end of my shotgun, which is a 416. It's small, it's out of the way, so it doesn't block my copy when I'm trying to read it. The only downside is because it's this metal mesh, I get like a weird sound when a plosive does hit it. It's like this, I don't know, maybe I can recreate it here. Like you can hear the wind hitting the screen, and it does create a little bit of noise. It's not a plosive, but it's a strange little bit of noise. This attaches to your boom arm, and then you put it between you and the microphone, right? This is a nylon version. It has a couple layers of nylon. It's like a material that's kind of almost see-through, but not really. This particular one is the cheap one that you get from Amazon. Actually, I think this one came free with one of my microphones. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But it's not an expensive one. This is your bargain basement pop filter. The downsides of this is that it's quite big. It's sometimes really hard to see your copy when you're trying to read with a giant windscreen or a pop filter in the way. The next one I have is also a gooseneck style that attaches to your boom arm. This is called a Stedman. Now, the Stedman doesn't use nylon to block the wind. It actually is this metal grill that redirects the wind. The grill is angled in such a way that the wind goes in and then it goes down. And it's fairly small. It doesn't really get in the way too much of reading your copy. The only thing I didn't like about it was the same thing that I don't like about the little Hook, is that it's metal, and when my plosive hits it, it sounds like hitting, air hitting a screen. It's a trebly sound that does cut through. This one is expensive. It's by Hakan, and it's the P110. It has this kind of, spongy material that is held inside with a bracket. It is a small form factor. It seems to work really well, but we're going to test it. So the first thing that I want to test is to see if these windscreens actually change my voice tonally, if it changes the sound of my voice. Most of the time, what you'll find is these things will actually muffle your sound a little bit or change the articulation, so it just takes off some of the top end. I don't have a windscreen on here right now, and I'm using my 416 because this is definitely a little bit brighter. It has that top end that you can really hear, so we should really be able to tell if this windscreen makes a difference. Now, during this, you might hear some plosives when the windscreen is not on. Sorry. Part of the test. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. 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 All right, let's use the one that's actually designed for this microphone, shall we? Without the hook. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. 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 Let's do the Stedman next. Now, remember, the Stedman is directional, so you have to have the little label facing you so that you can read it. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. 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 And last here is the Hawken. Let's see how good it does. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. 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 Like I've never said that before. So I'm going to let you be the judge. Which pop filter do you think had the least colorization on the microphone? Be interested to hear that. There are some myths out there that supposedly are magical and they work and they reduce all your plosives so you never have to worry again, but I want to dispel those myths. Use a finger or a pin in front of your mouth and that splits the... I can't even say it with a straight face. If you put a pin or a finger in front of your mouth, that splits the airflow so that it doesn't reach the diaphragm. Check it out. Okay. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. No. This is one I've seen on the Reddit forums for voiceover, and it might work, but ew. The myth is you don't need a fancy pop filter. All you need is a sock on your microphone. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Classy. Now, the last one here has some truth to it, sort of. Some people say, don't worry about plosives. Just speak right into the microphone. If a plosive happens, you can fix it in post. There's a lot of software out there that'll magically remove your plosive so that it just disappears. Never have to think about it again. Well, yes and no. There is software out there that can help reduce your plosive. It doesn't magically erase it, though. It's still kind of buried there. You can still kind of hear it. Plus, you have to pay for this software. You have to fiddle with the software. You have to edit for a long time, and then the results aren't perfect. My philosophy is garbage in, garbage out. So try to make the stuff that you record as high quality as possible. That way you don't have to worry about it on the back end. Okay, enough of my tangent. Let's get back to the tests. So in one of my previous videos, I reviewed a whole bunch of microphones that are sub $100. And this one, particularly the PG-181, I liked a lot. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it here. Here. The biggest drawback of the PG-181 is that it is so sensitive to plosives. It's crazy. This horrible contraption is a siphon. It's a siphon pump. And the way it works, it has a pumpy thing here, and air comes in one way and it goes out the other. It has these really long hoses. By the way, I use it to siphon gas out of my mower at the end of the season so that it doesn't sit in the... Anyway, it still kind of smells like gas, which is why I have all the lights on and the window open, because I might get high and just pass out. If I do, please call 911. I really hope this works because I haven't tested it yet, so fingers crossed. One more clamp. Okay, moment of truth. Is this going to work? I'm a little freaked out. Here we go. Yes! It did! Let's do it again. Watch. It works. All right. So we have something we can test. It is a puff of air, much like a plosive. Almost identical. Ah, awesome. All right, let's get to testing. Here's it without the foam. Here's it with the foam. Helps. Okay. That's the clown nose. You hear the wind, but you don't get the plosive. Works pretty good. All right, dead hamster. It's possible I'm a little bit stoned because of all the gas fumes that are coming out of here, but this just seems hysterical to me that I'm doing this. Wow, that worked really well. Oh my God. Just let me show you without it, just so you can see. This is what it sounds like without it. That does a fantastic job. All right, on to the next one. Okay, here we go. Test. I mean, you can hear. God. Just double check. Without and with. It kind of makes it through. The Stedman is directional, so you have to do it right. You have to have the Stedman logo facing out. Remember, this one doesn't block the air. This one redirects the air down. So let's hear how it sounds. You can hear it, right? This is what I was talking about with the Stedman. You can hear that sound when the air hits the metal. It doesn't go poof, but it has that. This is why I don't like the Stedman. This is why I don't use it anymore. The Hawken. Let's go to the Hawken next. Nothing. All you hear is the pump. Huh. If I do it over here. Is it that much better than the other ones? Woo! Well, that was fun. And I'm completely high. So this really isn't an or situation. It's more like an and situation. If you have proper mic technique and good vocal training, then you're going to be able to eliminate 90% of the potential plosives from reaching the diaphragm. However, it's that sneaky 10% that gets through all of those other preparations and pops it. And in that case, that's what the pop filter's for. It might be worth investing in a good pop filter just to eliminate the potential of that last 10%. Because you know what they say, all the world's a stage and the men and women are merely players. All have their entrances and exits, and one man in his time can create many videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this has been helpful. Until next time. I have the munchies.